Hi guys, once again welcome back to the brand new session of operating system programming concepts. And here, this is the continued session of previous sessions that I used to do. In the previous session, I did something about like operating system concepts, right? Some theoretical concepts. That was mostly about some theoretical concepts about processes and about managing the process, deadlock, and some kind of situations like this, operating system architecture, something like that. Now here we are all going to deal is just about the programming concepts of the operating system, and the course is designed in such a way that first I will try to provide you some kind of theoretical concept that is related with the programming in operating system. Then secondly I will try to solve the laboratory, okay, so some labs, like some kind of programming problems. I will try to solve it and try to show how can we solve the operating system programming problems. And this is some kind of like academic course, okay, some kind of academic course, and it will function some kind of firstly I will present the theory, then secondly I will present the problems and the solution as well as. Okay, now before starting this lecture, let's go through some traditional conversation, beginning with a smile, okay, like starting a lecture with a smile and being positive is always productive. So let me tell you a story. And the story says that a young man asked a rich old man how he made his money. Okay, so the guy said, "Son, like it was 1932, the depth of the Great Depression. I was down to my last nickel. I invested that in an apple and spent the entire day polishing it, and at the end of the day I sold the apple for 10 cents. So the next day I invested those 10 cents in 2 apples. I spent the entire day polishing them and sold them for 20 cents. So I continued this for 4 months. Okay, I mean like I continued this for a month. By the end of I had like accumulated a fortune of $1.37. So then my wife's father died and left us $2 million. So this was the like what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that hard working is just shit. Okay, so find a chick whose father is rich. Okay, so from this smile in our face, like let's start and begin the session. So in our session is only dedicated towards file systems. And before going towards the file system, so what are the file systems then? What is a file? Files are just a collection of bytes, and you guys know what are bytes. Okay, so a file is a collection of bytes. So a file that can be something like, for example, a file can be like this file what I am using right now to present the session, the PDF file. This is the ODT. Like the extension of this file is ODT, this office document file, and this is a collection of a byte, as you can see. And now what are the file system hierarchy then? So hierarchy means some arrangement in some particular order, right? So ordering the file system, you can see there are like 3 kind of ordering for file system. Those are like ordinary files, which are the files like this particular example is a very ordinary file, like what I am using right now presently to present the session. And these are something like, these ordinary files are something like a text documents and also a program source code, but they are very ordinary files. And in the second hierarchy there are the directory files, and these are the files which act as a container where all the other files and directories can be placed. That means something like for example, this file is stored in some other directory, right? And this directory acts as a second hierarchy of file system. Whereas there are some kind of special files, and these files which communicate with like running processes, and also allows other processes to communicate with the hardware devices. So this kind of files are special files, and we will check out all these files like here. Okay, so if you go and check out my home folder, okay, so you can check out, this is a file system, and if you can check out here, it consists of some kind of folders, right? And so these are all the file is inside the, like as I told you, the directory files. So these are the directory files which consist of some other files, but these are not the normal directory files. Okay, these are some kind of special files which communicate with hardware devices. Like for example, in this dev folder, we have all the file system that communicate with the drivers are presented. Okay, similarly, all the binary files are here present here, whereas all the booting commands like files are also present here. Okay, so this is the hierarchy of the system call, and files. This is the root directory that is consisting of all these file systems. Okay, and for the user file system is also present here. Okay, and you can check out the home file system. This is consists of the user. Okay, this is the working directory of the current directory of the working directory or the home directory of the user that the user that for the user of this computer that is using this computer. Okay, so there are some kind of special file system commands which you can see is like for root directory we have slash command, like slash command, like for current directory we have dot, whereas parent directory we have two double dot, and similarly there are also some absolute path and some relative path. The extension of file, you can check out the extension of file. There are so many extension of files. First, for any files we give the name of the file, and the extension of file is the type of the file. Whichever type of the file is being used. And there are some kind of hidden files which for which the name starts with dot. Okay, now let me give you some more information here, practical information. Like this is the absolute path. Okay, if you can say, like the name starts with the root, right? Root, desktop, slash operating system, yes, and in the directory lab, and it consists of lab 1. Whereas if you want to say the relative path is just the name starting from lab. Okay, just these two names are the relative path. Okay, let's okay. Now to give you the file system hierarchy, I can give you the information like this white color. That is the file that is displayed in this white color is a ordinary file, whereas the file that is displayed in this blue color is a directory file. Okay, and whereas there are some special files which are like this in the red color, the zip file are the special files. And as I already told you, like the name and the extension, right? So this is the file 7 makefile.pdf. This is with the extension PDF. That is it's a PDF file. ODT, that means it's a ODT file. Okay, sync with signals.c. This is the C file. Okay, these are also ordinary files, which are the source files. Also, this is also a source code, source file. And okay, if you change the directory to the root. Okay, you can change. Look, you can, if you use this command, we'll discuss about this command. You go to the root directory now. You can also go to the your home directory. You can go to the current working directory, that is this one. You change the directory to desktop. Your current working directory would also be the desktop, right? But if you also can go to the parent directory, that is your home directory, right? So this is the situation how it is working here. And okay, let's change the directory to okay, like some hidden files name start with here with dot, right? So if you go and check out, previously the hidden files were not displayed, but after using this command the hidden files will display. Like these two hidden files are here. Okay, the name starts with dot. Now what are the data structure of these files then? So files represent some kind of data structures, and these data structures are called inode. And what this data structure consists of is some kind of special information, and this special information are categorized into a unique identification number, the type of the file, either it's an ordinary file, directory file, or a special file, or the owner of the file, that is a UID, like owner ID of the file, or the group ID of the file, GID, whereas size of the file and the path of the file, the times for the last access or modification or status change of the file, the permission of the file, and the number of links that is linked to the inode data structure, right? So there are two kinds of links. Okay, these are hard link and soft link. If you go and check out, okay, by going to the man, you can check the manual of this link. ln is a command that makes links between the files. Okay, and you can also check out the synopsis here, like ln, the option, and the target, whereas you created the link name for this target. Okay, similarly here, the description is also provided here, option, and the particular function of this option is also provided here, right? So using this menu you can try and check out everything, all the description, all the documentation of this ln command. Whereas there are also soft link, which has for this link option, where the command is just like this. And similarly, there is a difference between hard link and soft link. And what is a hard link? Hard link is something like a pointer that is pointing to the same inode of the file. Okay, whereas a soft link just contains the absolute or relative path of the file or directory, and hard link only works with files, and they do not work with the directory. Whereas if you copy, like if a real copy is deleted, the link will still work in the hard link. Whereas if you copy and delete this copy of a link, then for the real copy of the link, it is deleted. Okay, the soft link is also deleted. So you can also check out, there are some kind of permissions, right? Some kind of permissions that exist for accessing the file. And this kind of permissions are like read permission, write yes, right. So if you read the file, with this read permission you can read the file with file listing, reading and listing of files can be done. Whereas for write, you can with the permission write you can just create or delete the file. Whereas for execute permission you can run the directory, scanning can be done. Okay, and all these permissions they are grouped in a certain order or classes. Okay, and this order are according to the owner or groups and others. Okay, this permission can be for owner or can be for group. Owner means the user, or for the group of users, or for others means anybody who can access or has the permission to perform this kind of activities of read, write or execute. And this read, write and execute permission is attached to a certain file. Okay, we will check out this later. Okay, now let's go back to the command. Okay, now if you go and check out the command, you will see that there are some kind of certain commands, right? So by seeing certain commands you can see like the first command is a manual. Okay, man. So okay, so this is a manual page, okay, for the Linux commands. So there are so many manual pages, like all the manuals for all the Linux commands is all explained here. Okay, the documentation of all the Linux commands is provided here, so you can check out and read all the documentation for more information. Okay, and okay, so the second command is a print current working directory command. So okay, this means the directory that a user is working on, that is the current working directory, the absolute path of the current working directory is provided by this command print working directory. The absolute path is starts from the root directory and ends till where the user is working, like right, he is working right, I am right now working in a directory that is a operating system directory. So this is used here. Okay, now there is a, okay, you can also change the directory, right? From here directly you can change to root directory, or you can change to home directory, or you can change to any desktop, and you can again come back to the your current working directory, that was desktop operating system. Okay, and right now, okay, the files and the directories listing. Okay, list ls is also provided here. This ls command just lists all the files and directories of this current working directory. So all the files and directories of all the kind of hierarchy, like ordinary files is files, or like directory files, or some special files are provided here. Okay, so if you use this another command, that is this one, you can check out also there are some kind of hidden files. Okay, you can also see the hidden files by using ls-a command. These hidden files are all the files starting with dot, right? Okay, now you can also make a directory, create directories by using this directories command. So let's change the directory. Let's change the directory to lab. Let's change the directory to lab 1. Okay, lab1 is this kind of directory. So let's make a directory there. Okay, make directory 1 and directory 2. Let's make this kind of directory. Okay, right now you can check out there are two kind of directories again, dir1 and dir2. Okay, so we can also use this copy files and directories here, copy source and destination. So let's make two new files. Also let's move this I will use this copy command to copy file 1 text to file source to destination. Okay. Now if we check out, we have two files, file 1 and file 2. So if you check out, destination. Okay, look, for inside file 2, hello, this is file 1. I will copy this. Okay, all this is copied here, right? The information of file 1 was copied here. Also same information is provided in the file. Okay, now let's try to move or rename the files and directories. Move command. Okay, let's try to use the move command. So let's try to move directory 1 to directory 2. So directory 1 to directory 2. So after listing, yeah, there is no directory 1, it is moved to directory 2. So if you will just change directory 2, okay, yeah, inside directory 2 there is directory 1. And there are some certain common options, okay, that will be used mostly for remove or copy or remove command. Next command, there are some options that they are called recursive options, which delete the content of the directory and subdirectory, whereas there are also interactive option, which asks for confirmation to delete each file, whereas also there are some kind of force option, okay, which do not ask any kind of confirmation. Right, so now if you change the directory, you can also change directory or file permissions. There, while changing the file permission, or there are two modes. Okay, for changing the permission, there are numeric modes where this particular command has read, write and execute. As you can see here, read, write and execute yeah, the permissions execute, like it is in three kind of permissions are the read, write and execute. Okay, all this has some kind of numeric mode. For read we have numeric 4, whereas write we have numeric 2, for execute we have numeric 1. So this can be used to change the mode of a file. Let me change the permission of file. So with this particular example, okay, that means like 6 means read is 1, it is write is also 1. Okay, that means 4 plus 2 equals to 6, right? So whereas execute is 0, that means we cannot execute for the user. And there are 3 classes of or category for having permissions. There are user, group or others. So, and similarly you can also check out here 3 kind of permissions for group, 3 kind of permissions for other. And if the permission do not exist, that means it is 0, the value exists is 0, whereas if the permission exists, then the value exists is 1. Also we have the second mode, that is the symbolic mode. You can directly use the symbolic mode, like for user you add the execution permission. So something like this is also you can do it here. Okay, now let's check. Okay, the listing of the file. For each file in this lab1 directory, we have 3 directories. There are this directory 2, this is a directory. So in this extension it is provided here, but this is a directory where the permission starts from here to the first permission, 3 kind of permissions for user, 3 kind of permissions for group, and 3 kind of permission for others. For this kind of directory, this directory 2 that I created recently, I have 3 permissions, that is read, write and execute for the user, whereas I have only read and execute permission for the group, whereas read and execute permission for the others, like other users. So similarly you can check out here. Now if I want to provide all the permission for all user, group and others, then okay, let's try to check out and do that thing. Change mode. Okay, I provide 777 for directory 2, and I see if the permission is look. You can check out like this directory 2 has permission to do anything. So this has permission to read, write and execute for user, group and others, everything, right? So I can also change mode to 604 to this directory 2. So this time if I see, now I have just the permission of read and like just read, write for the user, whereas only read and for groups and others also read permission. Right? We can also now concatenate the files and print out the standard output. Okay, you can check the tail or head respectively for each kind of file. So for example, for this test 0.1, if you do use cat test.txt, you list all the standard output of this file. Okay, Okay, whereas if you want to check just the head and you want just 6 lines for just TXT, when you can only get 6 lines at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Now with the tail I can also write them. I need just 6 lines. Yeah, you can get only 6 lines for the tail. And lastly, gedit, I already give you the information that we have this kind of software that is called gedit, just for editing purpose. It's a text editor that I use to make some kind of files, right? And whereas for file statistics we have wc command, which prints the new line, word and byte count for this file. So wc test txt will print out everything, right? Print out the new line. There are 99 new lines, whereas there are 379 words and 1966 bytes for this kind of particular text file. You can get also the information on this if you check out man wc. So you can give you everything, the option. Print new line, word and byte count for each file. Respectively, you have the options to choose any kind of features in here. And lastly, you can also have what is a GCC compiler. Yeah, lastly we have what is the GCC compiler. The GCC compiler is something, a compiler provided by GNU. Okay, compiler which consists of some kind of front ends for C and C++. And the way of using GCC is something like this. We have the option, we also have a source code, and we create objective file like the executive file of this name. I already have used the GCC command previously to compile some kind of files, right? Where I compile C files, and I also compile threads, while I use the lectures to compile and provide like compile and execute some p threads, POSIX threads, and also some C files, right? And this is it. Okay, in the next lecture we will discuss about something about like how to use it in the how to use all these commands in a programming problem in Linux. Now, okay, this is all about the file system. Okay, thank you for listening.